All right, I'm a Hebrew Israelite. I come out here every week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of this wicked place called America. All right, and usually I have a sign out here to tell you who the true Hebrew Israelites are in the Bible, but to let y'all people know it's the Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians. All right, like me and my brother, when we come out here, we coming out here for years. All right, we're going on 7 years coming out here, and we're still waiting on the destruction of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Or we're waiting on the destruction of this place by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, who y'all ignorantly call God and Jesus. All right, we come out here every week, all the time, telling you, man, that this place, with you 2/3 Negro, Latinos, Native American Indians, you're about to be destroyed. All right, along with the so-called white man, because he rules and uplifts everything that's abominable against the Bible. All right, he contradicts himself. He's a devil against his own self. All right, the devil in the Bible is talking about the so-called white man, because he possesses the same traits as him, or as a deceiver. That's what the word devil means. A deceiver, a liar. All right, it's not some red-horned demon floating in the air whooping your ass. It's the actual characteristics. All right, and the only one who fits those characteristics is the so-called white man. Why? Because he lies. Everything he does and everything he's about, he condones all wickedness. That's why in America you can do whatever you want. You can get away with whatever you want. Like I talked about it last week. That's why the Most High, that's who y'all call God. He's the one who has to judge everything. He's the one who has to say everything. And if you don't like it, too bad. All right? Because that's what it's going to be like in the end anyways. The Most High is the one who's going to have to say. In fact, let me get one real quick. This is Jeremiah chapter, damn. The point is what I'm saying is that in the end of all things, the Most High is the one who's gonna have to say. And there's nothing y'all people can do about it. And I've noticed throughout the camps, the brothers, they've been talking a lot about not being anything. You know, like it don't matter who you are. It don't matter what rank you got in this world. It don't matter if you're a top politician. Everybody's gonna get their judgment. You know? But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and start with James. James chapter 2, verse 1, or verse 2. James chapter 2, verse 2. For if there come unto your assembly a man with a gold ring and goodly apparel, and there come in also a poor man of vile raiment, and ye respect to him that weareth the gay clothing, and say unto him, sit thou here in the good place, and say to the poor, stand thou there, or sit here under my footstool. Are ye not then partial in yourselves, and are become judges of evil thoughts? The whole point is, the Most High is not coming back. He's not coming back to judge you people however y'all look. All right? Because that's how you judge. That's how people judge today. People, they judge because a guy like for instance, what I'm wearing. People look down on this because I look thuggish or hoodlum or just raggedy. Shit, this is what I'm comfortable now. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not comfortable in this shirt. This shirt's too big right now. It's not the type I wear. But the point is that's how y'all look at us men. That's how you look at the ones who are actually doing what's right and ushering in something better into this place, or that's going to come. This place is going to be put out. Don't get that wrong. Don't get it twisted. America's going to be put out and obliterated. All right. The Most High said He's going to destroy this place with 200 million nuclear missiles. All right. That's the ultimate threat. And if it's not true, then why are all these missiles being built? You know, why you got all these stockpiles of missiles all over the country and in all these other third world countries and everything? You know, if there's because y'all think it's the military that's making them, yeah, okay, yeah. But you think that it's their mindset that's allowing that. It's the Most High's mindset. The Most High wants to come. The Most High is allowing these people to build these missiles because those are the missiles that are going to be released on America. You know. But getting back to what I was saying, you know, these gold rings. Y'all look at the so-called white man like he's done everything good because he's modern. He's westernized y'all, and he has you thinking that if you wear a good suit, or you wear Abercrombie and Fitch, or whatever the shit you wear, like you're the one to talk to. You're the one to go to ask for advice on how to handle a situation. No, the scriptures tell you what you got to go upon, man. In fact, this is Romans chapter 3, verse 3. It says, Romans chapter 3, verse 4. God forbid, yea, let God be true, but every man a liar, as it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings, and mightest overcome what thou art judged. So it's telling you that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings. How? By going according to what the Most High said, not what a man says. So how do you know that what y'all people are saying is right in the first place? How do you know that what we're saying is not right? Or how do you know that what we're saying is not right? You've never heard this truth before. Even the amount of years, that's why I said in the beginning, even in the amount of years that us brothers, us men have been coming out, y'all still act like y'all don't know this. Y'all still don't be like, well, what are y'all doing? After 7 motherfucking years, man, some of y'all people walk by still asking, what are we doing? We've been speaking the destruction of America, the coming destruction of America, the destruction of the so-called white man for everything all the wickedness he's done. All right, the destruction of you 2/3 Negro, Latinos, Native American Indians for what they've done, because they were the ones chosen to be the Most High's people. But you want to corrupt and pollute everything about him and pollute his inheritance. You want to put a bad name on the Most High. All right, so he's coming back to do a lot. He's coming back, like a brother said recently, man. He's got a long list to check off. He got a long list. He's got to come back to recover his name, to recover the elect, his people, to put all people in subjection and under rule. He's got to put out wickedness, lies, and he's got to put up, I don't have the sign, he's got to put up the 2/3, or he's got to put Israel back into power, into rulership. So he got a lot, and he's got to kill everything that offended him in that time, because whether y'all like it or not, y'all are that same generation that was in the time of Yahushua, who y'all call Jesus Christ. Yeah. It's a scary thing to know that you were the same people back then that are here now. And there's a swift judgment coming to the wicked. But it says, but let God be true, but every man a liar. That's self-explanatory. Y'all, you people are liars. All right. The only way you can get understanding is through the Most High. The only way you can know what's really going to happen is through the Bible. It's through the scriptures. But going back to James chapter 2. Verse 2, it says, verse 5, James chapter 2, verse 5. Hearken, my beloved brethren, have not the Most High chosen the poor of this world rich in faith? Because like I said, just because a man comes to you wearing, clothes that you don't wear, or that first of all, this is Hanes. Millions of people wear Hanes. I'm just using myself as an example because I'm going into respect of persons, man. Y'all, you think the Most High cares how a man dresses when he comes out to bring the word out? But that's where y'all stop. Y'all think that that's the whole source of a man being good, like clothes talk or something. The Most High is gonna come and kill all the ones who, like I said, that gay clothing. The Most High is gonna kill a lot of people who wear suits. I'm gonna tell you that. He's gonna kill a lot of people who wear suits, and why? Because they're the rich. He just said right here, have not the Most High chosen the poor of this world rich in faith? What does Revelations 2:9 say? Yeah, it says, yeah, we're poor, but we're rich. We are rich. How? We're rich in this word. All right, we may look bummish, we may look rough, rigid, austere. But hey, man, the Bible tells us that's how we're supposed to be. I mean, not bum like, but yeah, I mean, because y'all been so westernized, man. Y'all been so feminized that having beards and looking a little 5 o'clock shadowy and all that, that's like that's not normal to y'all. I remember a few months. It's actually been a year now, maybe so, man. I ain't gonna lie, a year and a half. They had a Rogaine commercial come out. It was on YouTube. I had to watch it before I watched the videos, but they had on this video, they had these like real fine women, 3 fine women, and there was one guy, and they had each woman go up to choose a man, and they chose a man that shaved every time, and then at the end it was saying, look what you can get with this, by shaving all. He's like, look what you can get by doing this, and it was saying, so do it. Man, the Most High is not coming back to save all you pretty boys, man. All these pretty boy looking boys and men, the Most High is not going to come back to save you. He said the Most High is coming back to save those that are rich in faith. That's what makes a man beautiful. That's what makes a man honorable in the sight of the Most High. In fact, let me see if, yeah, Job. Um, 22 and 12. This is Job chapter 28, verse 12. It says, "But where shall wisdom be found, and where is a place of understanding? Man knoweth not the price thereof, neither is it found in the land of the living." So it's already telling you, man, that a lot of y'all people, because y'all think y'all living right, and y'all are living, it's not found here. All right? And y'all rich looking people, all right? There ain't an ounce of wisdom in y'all, all right? The way y'all dress, and I don't know how to say it, man, but y'all fail at every corner on how to find the truth. Y'all think you gotta. That's what the scriptures talked about with that man and that sinner, that sinner, that publican and that rich man. I think, you know, he thought he was good. He thought he had it all because he. In fact, let me get it, man. Because y'all think that just because a man wears good attire that he knows it. No. How do you know a man doesn't know the truth until you ask? How do you even know you have the truth? Because you dress nicely, you look nice. How do you know that you're not going off? But let me get back to Job. I'm going to get it after this. It says, "But man knoweth not the price thereof, neither is it found in the land of the living. The depth saith, it is not in me, and the sea saith, it is not with me. It cannot be gotten for gold, neither shall silver be weighed for the price of it." So if you can't find a price for wisdom on earth, you think you might have a price in the heavens? You think you might have a price to the Most High who created you? You know, because our ways are lower than the Most High's. All right? So you got to think about that. Like, man, that's all the Most High spoke about. Man was like, desire things that are in heaven, not the things that are on earth and below. Because there's no value to it. It's gonna just go away with the wind. Whenever it's time, it's gonna fade away. You even watch, man, there's cities throughout time. You go through cities like an example about about Issachar, the ruins. They're not ruins. I mean, they're ruins for a reason. At one point in time, they were beautiful homes that people could live in. You know, I know there was one point in one place I visited when I was a child, man. It was up in Colorado Springs. But I can't remember what nation of Indians, I don't remember what tribes of Indians lived there, but they lived on the edge of the mountains. And they were mud houses, but they were beautiful even to the age that they got. But they were decaying over time. But it's just telling you that things decay over time. All right? Your riches, even your women, man, they rust away, they decay, you know? So there's no value to these things. All right? Us men that come out here in a revolutionary way looking like we do, we're looking for something better, man. All right? We're storing up treasures for ourselves because there's something out there better, man, that we're looking forward to, you know? This is Luke chapter 18, verse 10. It said, 2 men went up to the temple to pray. The one, okay, well, you know what? Luke chapter 18, verse 9, because this is how y'all people act. "And he spake this parable unto certain which trusted in themselves that they were righteous and despised others," because that's how the rich are. The ones who look nice, the ones dressed in goodly attire, the ones that are about appearance, they despise those that look like shit. You know, we don't look like shit, man. We take good care of ourselves. And but it's because that aura and that countenance that's on us that makes us look like we ain't nothing. The scriptures tell you in Wisdom of Solomon that it seems to the wicked we seem to die, or to the ungodly we seem to die in their sight. Yeah, because we're doing something else. We're killing our flesh because we're trying to keep our spirit alive. We're trying to store up something better for ourselves. You know? And this life has an effect on us. You know, I'm getting a little bit off the point, but I mean, I'm letting the spirit work how it works, but y'all error, man. Y'all error not knowing the scriptures at all. Y'all think, like with the very first man we ever encountered when we came down here to downtown, this man was fat as fuck, man, ugly as, but he was wearing a nice button-up shirt, nice pants, nice shoes, and he thought he thinks that because he dressed nicely and that he knew it all. All he knew was about the council by Isaiah, but that was it. He don't know nothing about the Bible, but that's how a lot of y'all people act. Y'all act like because y'all dress nicely, like y'all have a say in everything, you know? And that's not. And the scriptures tell you otherwise. Scriptures tell you, man, if you don't even know nothing, to keep your hand over your mouth. And all y'all people don't know anything. Y'all don't even know the name. Y'all don't even know what he looks like. Y'all don't even know what the Savior of the Bible looks like. You know, that's why the scriptures say, Sirach, to the ones who are actually in the truth, that we know more things than we know more than the wicked do. In fact, let me get it real quick, just I don't want to read it. You know, Sirach chapter 3, verse Sirach chapter 3, verse 23. Be not curious in unnecessary matters, for more things are shewed unto thee than men understand. You can't even comprehend the amount of treasure that we already gained just by learning the name. You don't understand the amount of treasure that we increase when we learn the truth and we increase with it. Like y'all people like to put savings and shit into y'all's account, or y'all like to save up money. Man, you have no idea the amount of money we're saving up spiritually. You know? But I'm going to go back to Luke chapter 18, verse 9. It said, and he spake this parable unto certain which trusted in themselves that they were righteous. Again, because y'all wear nice clothing, y'all think y'all good, right? Y'all think y'all know it all? Y'all think that the words of God should come out of you only? It says, 2 men went up into the temple to pray, the one a Pharisee and the other a publican. The Pharisee stood and prayed thus with himself, Yahweh, I thank thee that I am not as other men are, extortioners, unjust, adulterers, or even as a publican. But today, man, y'all are everything. People that are dressed like the way they are, y'all are everything, man. It's like, we can't even, it's like, you know, it's just an example, man, because like me and the brother would talk about in the past, like, it's like with these fat people today, they get so fat, it's because that wickedness is just, it can't contain itself, so it's manifesting itself on the body. Because the scriptures say, because they are waxed fat, you know, their eyes are waxed fat, now, you know? So it's like it's manifesting itself. Y'all become fat asses because it shows that y'all want this world and y'all about the world, you know? But it's like the same way right here. Y'all are everything, man. Y'all so-called niceness, it said that trusted in themselves and that they are righteous. That niceness, y'all think y'all are good, right? Y'all think y'all are holy, righteous, whatever. So y'all want to dress up nice so y'all can put on that facade or that charade, you know? But it said, but this is that one that was dressed nicely. You already know he was dressed nicely. It said, I am not as other men are, extortioners, unjust, adulterers, or even as this publican. I fast twice in the week. I give tithes of all that I possess. So he was a rich man too, you know? This man who thought himself to be righteous, he was self-righteous basically. And the publican, standing afar off, would not lift up so much as his eyes unto heaven, but smote upon his breast, saying, Yahweh be merciful unto me, a sinner. I tell you, this man went down to his house justified rather than the other. For everyone that exalted himself shall be abased, and he that humbleth himself shall be exalted. See, man, so y'all trip. Y'all are done, man. We come out here every week telling you people, man, like, we don't even want to speak to you, really. We know the outcome of you 2/3 Negro, Latinos, Native American Indians, and you so-called white men, you heathen. We know the outcome of y'all. But we got something more important we got to do. That's why we keep coming out here. And I know y'all people get tired of it. Y'all don't want to hear it. It disrupts y'all's nice little luncheons, you know, and y'all don't want to hear it. But the Most High told us to. He commanded us to continue to come out here and to preach this word, whether y'all like it or not. because we fear the Most High. Knowing the terror of the Lord, we persuade men. Even though we're not trying to persuade y'all, we're just showing you and continue. And y'all wonder why we keep on coming out. We're like, man, why do they keep coming out? They get mocked at, laughed at, spit on, cussed at. What keeps them coming out? And then when we talk about the way they look, what else can we do? What's pushing them? The Most High, you know. That's why the scriptures say don't have respect on the persons, because the ones who fight the most are always the ones who end up winning. The ones who fight, fighters are like they always say, oh, this man's a fighter. He don't give up easily because we know what's coming. We're in fear for our life, and we don't want to lose it. And there ain't nothing wrong with fear neither, man. The scriptures tell you to have fear against the Most High, but to the Most you know. But let me get back to James. It's hot in here. James chapter 2. Verse 5, it says, "Hearken, my beloved brethren, have not the Most High chosen the poor of this world rich in faith, and heirs of the kingdom which he hath promised to them that love him." And that's what we're going to get to. All right, the rich in faith, the ones that are despised and looked down upon because of the way they dress, even though they were coming out in the right spirit, under the right understanding of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right, they're going to be they're promised the kingdom. It says, "But ye have despised the poor. Do not rich men oppress you and draw you before the judgment seats?" You know, even though y'all people want to trust in the ones who come out looking all fancy, dressed up nicely, don't they stab you in the back? Aren't they about themselves? Aren't they? Don't they roll over on you to get what they want? Even because the rich are never satisfied, man. And I remember the saying, I saw it in a movie or something, but it said, you know, and he said, this man had said, do you know who the cheapest people are in the world? Rich people. They're the most greediest fuckers in the entire world, man, because they don't want to see the riches go. It's hard for them to let go of a dollar. And I can personally attest to that, man, because my step-parents, they're very wealthy, all right? They're very wealthy. My stepfather makes 10 grand a month, all right? I know this for a fact. It's a salary. He makes 10 grand a month. My stepmother makes about almost 3/4 of that. So, and I know for a fact they're millionaires, you know. But I would remember when I was a child that y'all can go, it's fine. But I remember when I would ask them to like give me something, it was like asking for a leg and a hand from them, you know. But it's just saying, it says, "Do not rich men oppress you and draw you before the judgment seats. Do not they blaspheme that worthy name by the which you are called." Because they look at us like we're scum. That's how my parents saw me, man. And that's how they see me today. Because they're wealthy and I'm down here. Yeah, you can tell, man. They talk to me in a way they're like, you know, they're trying to like poke at me more. Like, what the fuck is your problem, man? Why do rich people do that? It's because they're insecure. And really it's because they know they don't have that ultimate riches. They don't have the ultimate riches. There's something there, which is why they keep trying to get all these riches, and they want to nitpick at people and aim at the world, that they continue to look down on people who look like they actually handle it. Because I guarantee you, my step-parents were to get into a situation like I'm in, or I mean, if they were to be at the level that I'm always at, they wouldn't be able to handle it. In fact, I know it because a couple years back, actually, my stepmother lost her job. They did away with her department. She was human resources director, head of her company and everything for 20-something years. She lost her job, or they laid her off, whatever, and she went crazy. She couldn't believe that she broke down. She actually would contact my wife and cry to her, saying that she didn't know what to do. She didn't know how she was going to manage. Bitch, you rich people are weak. How can the Most High deal with a man like that, or a man or a woman like that? That breaks down after they lose something little. Get up. That's the difference between the rich and the poor. The poor, they've been in situations, man, that are hard all their life, so they know how to deal with it. And if they were to get into a high situation, if they're dealing in the right way, which is how us men are, that's why we don't ever go crazy when we get to a high level or we get put back down. But if we were to get to a level of where we're prospering real well, to where like, okay, yeah, you're getting a lot of money, we wouldn't get to our heads like that. All right, we would know how to deal with it. And if we got put back down, we would know how to deal with it then, because we've been there. Just saying, man, like you people, y'all look at us like we're crazy. You look at us like what we trust in is weird or crazy, psychotic. Look at how we handle things. Look at how we're handling our life. Yeah, we're dying and we're down because of what we got to go through and what's coming, because we know some brothers, man, they may have a family and it gets to us, man, but we understand, man, we're willing to sacrifice a lot of things. What are you willing to sacrifice, you rich motherfuckers out here? You people you average Joe looking 2/3 out here, man. Y'all can't even sacrifice the homes that y'all live. And first of all, y'all homes ain't shit, man. San Angelo is a shitty ass looking town. And maybe, Lord will, I'll do a video and I'll drive down the city and I'll drive down where I live at. And it's actually a decent place. I'll drive down to down in nicer areas, and you'll see, man, this place looks like shit. The nice area where it's at, like the bluffs, it's over there, and like it looks like a desert kind of for some reason. I don't know why they made it over there, but if you look over there, it's like it looks a little arid. Like there's not really much vegetation. It's a bunch of weeds and like small little weed trees, But what are y'all rich people willing to sacrifice for the Most High? The poor would sacrifice much more. That's what I was reading in Luke. I'm gonna go ahead and get it again. Oh, I'm in John, my bad. This is Luke chapter 18, verse 13. And the publican, standing afar off, would not lift up so much as his eyes unto heaven, but smote upon his breast, saying, Yahweh will be merciful to me. Yahweh will be merciful to me, a sinner. He didn't even have anything. I tell you, this man went down to his house justified rather than the other. The Most High looked at the poor man because he acknowledged what he was. He acknowledged he wasn't shit. Y'all rich people, man, don't do that. Y'all look at the Most High exactly the way this other man did. Like, man, I got my car, I got my rims, I got the bad bitch on my side, I got my own house, I'm making payments on my car. First of all, man, that's another thing. Like, y'all people make payments on cars. You have a 5.0 GT Cobra Mustang, and you think that you got it. Where little do you know, you have to still pay on it. It can be taken from you at any moment in time. But you got women looking at you already, and they're already like, oh, I bet he's already paid it off. No, man. See, this world is silly. It's silly the way that y'all run y'all's lives. Look at the poor man. Look what he's getting. The poor man that's rich in faith and the right spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. He knows Yahweh Shem Yahushua. He believes and trusts in Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Look what he gets. It says James 2 and 9. Oh, James chapter 2 verse 8. But let me go back to verse 7. It says, do not they blaspheme that worthy name by the which you are called. Rich people look down on Yahweh Shem Yahushua because he deals with the poor. He deals with the meek, the humble, the ones that are low in spirit, the ones that are broken and weak spirited because they desire something better and they know that this place is hell, and they know, like, man, they fucked up in their previous times. You rich people don't look about that. Y'all don't look at that. Y'all feel like everything that's being given to you is something y'all deserve, that y'all should keep. It says, verse 8, if you fulfill the royal law according to the scripture, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself, you do well. But if you have respect to persons, you commit sin and are convinced of the law as transgressors. So because you look at us like we're bums, like this motherfucker right here that just looked at me, you think that we're not going to get something good? You think that we don't deserve the kingdom? You don't think we deserve to be delivered out the hell that we're in? The time's coming, man, to where it's going to reveal that the ones who were actually, the ones that y'all look down upon all the time, that look like bums, all right, that were out here on the highways and byways preaching about the Bible, coming in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, you're going to see. You're going to see, man. Like the movies always sort of say, you're going to see. You will all see. You're going to see it, man. That the Most High was dealing with us. Lord will. And say I don't make it. Say the brother with me that is with me doesn't make it. You're still going to know that there was a prophet in the land. You're still going to know that there was a man, that there were men out here speaking truth. Because before y'all all die, whether me and his brother don't make it at all, y'all going to see us in y'all's flashbacks before y'all die. Like, this is where you should have came to get that truth. fight to the end, man. Nor will we fight unto the death. Nor will we fight with our integrity unto Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. And that we make it. Because the time's coming where the lambs are going to be separated from the sheep. Or not, the goats are going to be separated from the sheep. The meek from the proud. All right? Because that's what all you rich people are. You're rich in looks. You're rich in y'all's possessions.